talked about this guy multiple times in multiple videos, but today I decided, you know what? Let's just make the whole show about this undrafted free agent. Welcome to Patriots Today by Chat Sports. I am your host, Brett Alper, and we just have to talk about him. Efton Chism III, the wide receiver, undrafted free agent out of Eastern Washington. He has just been a major breakout candidate and kind of the whole winner of the Patriots offseason workouts. He's just been proving himself every single time that he has been on the practice field. He came in and not many people thought he was going to be even a name that you would consider. Yeah, the Patriots did sign him to a big contract for an undrafted free agent, making more money than Kobe Minor, your Mr. Irrelevant. But Chism, I mean, every single time you see him on the field, it's just, wow. I can't believe this guy went undrafted. Here's what Doug Kyde tweeted out. He was like, he's just been going through drills today at minicamp practice. He posted out a video of this. He's received a lot of work this spring and impressed behind the scenes, picking up the offense quickly. And the one thing that I love about Efton Chism is just that he is working his ass off. He's been in that first guy in the building and last guy out and absolutely trying to prove himself to make the Patriots roster. There's not going to be, they have 11 wide receivers in their depth chart right now. There's only going to be probably about 6 or 7. So he's got to prove himself. And if you've seen the Patriots' history, they love bringing in these small kind of wide receivers that are just quick and you can do a dig and dunk offense. Here's what Chad Graff had to say. He's the Patriots reporter for The Athletic, and he said one thing about the Patriots standouts during offseason, and he mentioned Chism. He said they might have found another shifty slot receiver from a small school who can rack up catches. Efton Chism played so well during spring practices that both Mike Vrabel and Drake Maye praised the 5'10" receiver. He was getting first-team reps with Drake Maye, something you never see out of an undrafted free agent. Chism broke Cooper Kupp's FCS record with at least one catch in 53 straight games while at Eastern Washington. He lacks downfield speed, as he only has a 4.740, but put up elite numbers in the short shuttle and three-cone drill. That shiftiness helped him stand out during OTAs, and he'll now enter camp with a decent shot of entering the team. And you can look at his relative athletic score. Like, he's a small guy. He's 5'10", just under 200 pounds. Not your fastest guy that's going to just speed, but he can accelerate. You can see his shuttle and three-cone drill. That's where he explodes. Like, he can come off the line of scrimmage and shifty. So he's going to make his first move and get away from those defenders to get open. That's what we saw with these Patriots wide receivers all throughout history. Wes Welker, Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola. Like, that's what the Patriots look for. And Chism, since he's been in the offseason workouts, he's turning the heads of his teammates, turning the heads of his coaches. Your starting quarterback, I knew he was going into his second season, but Drake Maye is praising this guy, and it's showing that he's starting to truly trust him. Mike Reese tweeted this out, and Drake Maye said it. He was like, damn, Chiz had like 50 catches in OTAs, just making that joke, just feeling like he's already a part of the team. And then you bring in Stephon Diggs, who, yeah, he showed up to OTA, showed up to minicamp, giving Efton Chism props on some workouts. So if you're turning the heads of a all-pro wide receiver, somebody that's going to be your wide receiver one, and be like, oh, yeah, this guy likes me, that means that just is going to be a lot more, there's going to have a lot more chemistry, and you have a greater and greater chance of making the team. And then when you impress your head coach, Mike Vrabel, and Mike Vrabel loves his hard-nosed type of football players, that's something that you got to be taken into consideration. Mike Vrabel, he said, I think he's a talented player. I think he's got a certain skill set. He's dedicated. He's studied extremely hard. He has a good feel for what we're asking him to do. The biggest thing for receivers is that there's trust from a guy that throws the football. When you can earn the quarterback's trust, any one of them that we have, any one of the three, it doesn't take you long to figure out the quarterback trust. It's the ones they target. That is a good indicator. Yeah, and it looks like that he's getting trust from Drake Maye. Show some love to Efton Chism. I want him to make the team. So if you want him to make the team, spam your 86s in the chat right now. I want to see all of it down in the comments section down below. Now, to me, it really doesn't make sense why he went undrafted. I know he's a small receiver, But if you look at the statistics and you recognize, okay, Cooper Kupp went to the same college. He beat all of Cooper Kupp's records. So you're telling me that they just looked at this guy and went, just because it doesn't have anything, it's not a big deal. 120 catches in one season for 1,300 yards, 13 touchdowns, and only 3 drops. Yeah. The Patriots were impressed, and that's why they gave him a fully guaranteed contract, $234,000. That's unheard of. Unheard of for an undrafted free agent. It's not a lock that he makes the team. So the Patriots are like, yeah, we'll bring him for a workout. We'll give you this money because we like what we saw and we see the potential. And they proved it, that they saw the potential is how he's going in off-season workouts. So don't be surprised. Do not be shocked if he makes the team. I'll talk about later in the show just why I truly think he makes the team. But when you look at this wide receiver room, it's not the greatest. They were ranked 31st in the NFL by Pro Football Focus, so it obviously needs some work. And when you got an undrafted free agent taking first-team reps, they obviously think that he's probably going to be a part of this team come August, come September, and later down the season. Don't be shocked if we get to 26,500 subs, too. We are 33 away. That's a big milestone for this channel since I took over at the beginning of the May. So if you could go right now, subscribe to Patriots Today. We're giving you content all off season long. I know we can get 33 subscribers just on this video. So if you could, go subscribe to Patriots Today right now. Now, it's very easy. I said it. It's very easy for Efton Chism to make this team just because of how bad the wide receiver room is. How awful the wide receiver room is. You have your 4 guys that are automatically there. Maybe 5. We'll talk about that in a second. But it's very easy for him to make the team. But before we go, I break all that down. 4th of July is coming up, people. And you can support the Patriots while also supporting the country. Red, white, and blue T-shirts, chatsports.com/PatsUSA. You know I'm always going and looking for some deals, for some nice T-shirts for you guys. And we love to support the country, so get your T-shirt today, chatsports.com/PatsUSA. Having a party, go out and wear this T-shirt. Go and talk about the Patriots while you're enjoying yourself on the 4th of July. We'll have that in the comments and description of today's video. When you look at this depth chart, man, it's not that impressive. Stephon Diggs, Pop Douglas, Kyle Williams, Kendrick Bourne, Matt Collins, Kayshon Boutte, Javon Baker, Jalen Polk. It doesn't really impress me that much outside of your top 3 guys. So you bring in Efton Chism, and he proves to himself, yeah, I can perform better than Kayshon Boutte. I can perform better than Jalen Polk. All these guys, and you're only making that much money. I know the Patriots have a ton of cap space, but I truly think that there's going to be 7 wide receivers that make the roster. Now, it could be 6. It just depends on what Elliott Wolf and Mike Vrabel decide for themselves, but I think they want Efton Chism to be on the team, so I think that's going to be 7. There's 4 guys right now that I think are guaranteed. And I've seen some articles, and I'll talk about it in a second, that Pop Douglas could be a cut candidate. And I don't know what the hell we're talking about here. But Matt Collins, your free agent signing, Kyle Williams, your draftee, and Stephon Diggs, your wide receiver number 1. So that leaves 5 guys. I'm not putting John Giles on the list of fighting to make the roster because I just don't think he's going to make the roster. I'm sorry, John, but you aren't talented enough. You don't hear his name at all. So I'm going to already mark him as a cut candidate. So you have Kayshon Boutte, Kendrick Bourne, Efton Chism, Jalen Polk, and Javon Baker. I think Kayshon Boutte makes the team. Kendrick Bourne is questionable, and then you have Polk and Baker, and I think both of those guys. Polk gets a pass because he's hurt, coming off an injury. He'll get put on the PUP list, put on the IR, and the Patriots worry about him later. So it's Baker and Bourne as the guys that don't make the team for me, and I think Efton Chism makes the team. But it all depends once we hit training camp and when you put the pads on, because you can look good. You can look good without the pads on. You can look fast. You can catch passes. But the second you don't get hit in OTAs. You're not getting touched at OTAs or minicamp. Second you put on the pads, we see when the real football players come out. And that's going to be the test, the true test for Efton Chism, if he can show that, all right, can you handle actual NFL-type talent when it's full-on, real-time, we're putting on the pads, we're actually playing football. And I saw some people on Twitter talking about, I don't think Efton Chism can make the team because you already had Pop Douglas. So you have your slot receivers. You don't need another one. Do we not forget that the Patriots always have 2 slot receivers? Go back. Julian Edelman, Wes Welker, that's 2 slot receivers. Down the line, Edelman and Danny Amendola. How could you say that the Patriots shouldn't keep 2 slot receivers on the roster? They should only keep 1, so you have to choose between Pop Douglas and Efton Chism. That's a bunch of BS. I don't care what you say. You can bring in as many wide receivers as you want, because if it works, it works. If you have the talent, bring them on. We've seen the Patriots do it before, specifically with Josh McDaniels, so why can't you have it before? Pop Douglas is going to be a great talent, and I think Efton Chism right behind him, coming off the bench, it's going to work. It's going to work, people. So I don't know what they were talking about. It doesn't make any sense to me. Just keep 2 slots. 2 slots. You can get rid of Kendrick Bourne. I'm okay with it. Do you want Efton Chism to make the roster? Go down in the comments section right now. Type Y for yes. Type N for no. And also, if you want to keep talking Patriots, you can go and follow me on Twitter, on Instagram, at The Real Alper. Don't forget to subscribe to Patriots Today. And as always, let's go Pats.